I think they can.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and call the January 12th meeting of the Lakeshore Hospital Authority Board of Trustees meeting to order. Is there any staff or trustee additions or deletions to the agenda or consent agenda?
Staff has no additions or deletions.
There are no others. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we the adoption of the agenda for the January 12th, 2026 meeting.
Got a motion
I'll second.
and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed, that motion carries. Public comments. Mr. Looker, did you want to do general comments?
Yeah, but the foreman could go because I gotta get my notebook open.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon, board members. If I were you, I'd be embarrassed to say that you do not follow the will of the people when they voted to disband, disorganize, abolish the hospital authority. I wouldn't want that on my record, that to let my children know I went against the will of the people. And it's apparent that nothing will happen this year because there's no bills or anything filed. And you guys should resign immediately and let the county have it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lindley. Mr. Looker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Realize how high this is. Like you're short, you can see your notes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's nice to be here tonight. I don't think Miss Chancey can see your notes if you bag it and you can see it. Like a milk carton. I've been following Lakeshore Hospital Authority since about 2006. Been a long time since they were having meetings at the authority. A big room, to go to the cafeteria before it got totally trashed due to the negligence of the Lakeshore Hospital Authority. Anybody's seen the photographs of the report that was done by Meridian's engineers, the engineering groups. One interesting thing, and I have that as the lead in today's article, is the picture of the roof. That was somehow not in Meridian's reports. It's also interesting to note for your own information that, and I'm pretty sure I know why now, that the city of Lake City, with all the code violations that are going on now, after you let the roof leak for apparently over a year, that the authority let the building get filled with mold inside the walls, that the roof is collapsing, it looks like, on one side, which is clearly a fire violation. And the fire department never even inspected the building, which would lead one to wonder exactly what the fire department is up to. Remind you folks that when the Blanche was falling down, the fire escapes weren't attached to that building, and the fire department just ignored that for years. So, as a taxpayer of the state of Florida and Columbia County, I'm against this. And the only other thing that I would add, everything else I've written, is that I would just like, other than my disagreements with Dale Williams regarding the way this authority has been run, I will say that when it comes to public records, we go back a long way with public records. There's nobody in Florida, let me start that again, sorry. There is nobody better in Florida than Dale Williams when it comes to complying with the public records law. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Wilker. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries. Move to new business, discussion and approval, the quarterly amendment for the Building Administration Fund. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In keeping with the directives of the trustees, your building administration fund, where the expenses of the hospital campus are paid, were not fully funded for an entire year. You opted to have those looked at periodically, and so we have been presenting to you on a quarterly basis the budget necessary to continue for another quarter. Please note that what you have in your agenda packet is not a quarterly budget. This is 2 months. That is because we hope that that will carry us through the time frame when we will have concluded our negotiations with Meridian. Having said that, we are seeking approval of budget amendment 26-1 in the amount of $103,500. Those will be to continue to pay expenses related to the building services fund through the 1st of March. We ask for approval.
Ms. Limley, Mr. Lilkard, I wasn't sure. Did you want to speak to this?
No.
Okay.
I
Wishes?
should definitely approve this.
We need to say it by title BA 2026-1.
Yes,
Okay.
all of that.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Move on to unfinished business. Mr. Kennan, the discussion of the conveyance of real property, former Lakeshore Hospital from Lakeshore to Meridian.
All right, the agreement has been executed. We had a blank in it, met with David Evans. The blank will be filled in with 12/31/2025, and that's paragraph 14 that it expires if not executed by a certain date. That is the date that it was signed, the last to sign it. And then met with Mr. Evans today, and we did some calculations, and the due diligence period would end on March 2nd, 2026. So other than that, we've got an agreement executed.
Mr. Wilker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. To repeat what Mr. Cannon just said, the executed agreement, I looked at the agreements, I don't see where this board executed any agreement. And so the agreement is not executed legally. Clearly, Ms. Cohn has the right to execute it for her board. And that certainly appears to be the case. But I attended all the meetings. I went back after I spoke to Sonia Markham and went back and looked through the minutes from the day Dale Williams took the position as the part-time executive director until the minutes, the draft minutes that are presented on the authority website tonight. There is nothing anywhere that gave the authority to Dale Williams by the Lakeshore Hospital Authority Board to execute anything to anybody. I did get an email today, it's in the story, that he said that Todd Kennan gave him his permission. He thought Kennan doesn't have the authority to give Dale Williams permission to execute an agreement on behalf of the Lakeshore Hospital Authority. And I'm going to remind this board, with Mr. Cannon, this is the same thing that happened in Lake City. That cost the Lake City government $250,000 when that board did not execute an agreement. Or was that the mayor was given permission to execute something and never read it, which he said at a public meeting. So I would respectfully suggest that this board tonight, if you want to do this, need to take some kind of corrective action. That Mr. Cannon, if he indeed gave Dale permission to do it, and I got a slew of public records from Mr. Williams this afternoon. I did read them all pretty quickly. And I didn't see anywhere, any place that the board gave Dale Williams permission to execute any agreement on behalf of the authority. And I don't see anywhere in any agreement with Todd Kennan and the Lakeshore Hospital Authority that he has the authority to give permission on behalf of the board, Dale Williams, to do anything. I would respectfully suggest that's something you can think about. My final thing, Mr. Chairman, is the change of seller to conveyance. That's just ridiculous. That's just a ruse on behalf of the attorneys to cover up the fact that the Lakeshore Hospital Authority is gifting. I'm just finishing up here. Is gifting the hospital to Meridian. And it's a gift. And that's up to Ms. Chancellor, what she wants to do. But conveyance doesn't say anything other than, doesn't say anything. And it doesn't advise the public about what is going on with their publicly owned property. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Lindley, did you want to speak to this one?
No,
Although,
we got one more.
oh, you got one more on that?
Ms. Stevens.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. I just wanted to say something. I say it all the time, but I'm going to say it again. And you know that I strongly dislike Meridian, and I also dislike the blatant disregard for the community's safety by your board of directors, besides Ms. Chancey. And you know that people have spoken, and you've heard so many different people tell their stories from this community. You don't care. You are literally throwing the taxpayer dollars down the toilet to a facility that has enough money to build their own hospital. I mean, it's clear that Meridian's priorities do not align with our community safety or well-being. And I'm going to urge you one more time to really think, prioritize our community health and safety, because I am a concerned citizen, and I'm going to always continue to advocate against Meridian, and I'm going to raise awareness about their practices. And there's so much negligence, and the reviews are horrific. I mean, just now, 2025 and early 26, there's so many reports describing that CSU facility unsafe and traumatizing. The detox center is responsible for certain patients' deaths, being denied help. They've had several lawsuits, one recently where a child was choked and kicked by an employee that already had previous charges for battery. And I'm just going to share one review. I know you don't really care, but this is a review I just found. I was given permission to read it. Okay. And I'm going to read it. I would like to share this review. Okay. Because she is really concerned. Her name is Kayla Stevenson. She had posted that she is so ready to get her baby boy out of that shithole Meridian in Lake City. It is garbage. They threatened to turn my son's call off yesterday while I was talking to him because he was telling me how they were treating him and the kids in the facility. What are these people hiding? He said. He has stuff to tell me and to please hurry and get him out of here, and that her heart is hurting for her child. Then people responded. First response states that she did not put him in there. He was not a bad child. He was wanting to commit suicide. She did what she thought was best. She says the kids are treated like crap. They talk to those children like they're garbage. I just found out that my son and multiple children are sleeping on the floor at this place. And he was trying to tell me what else is going on, but the lady threatened to end the call. Then the next response is my niece is in there, and the stories she tells me are insane and sad. Believe everything he tells you about this place and remember what the foster kids said about it. Next lady says, I am getting him out today. I will make sure to do my best that this place is investigated. Someone said to report them to the state. The next person said didn't do the grandson any good. Now he's going to jail. I pray you can get him out of that place. And the last one said, wow, you sent your kid where? Those are cyborg demons and everything else that is unholy taking notes on your kid. You need to pray for them immediately. I was in hell. They take notes on you, and anything you aren't healed from, they will dig right into you and leave permanent scarring. Thank God I was healed enough to manage through, because I was witnessing firsthand what those spiritually unprotected go through. I have over 200 victim stories. I have already put it everywhere. And the fact that the school system has kicked them out
Ms.
of the
Stevens,
school.
the
You,
3
okay, well,
minutes.
you guys don't, you need to really think before you do this. This is horrible and right.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Stevens.
The question obviously been raised by Mr. Licker, regarding the execution. I find it to be appropriate. However, if the board trustees wishes to ratify the execution by Mr. Williams, I prepared a resolution which essentially says that the board authorizes and confirms and ratifies Mr. Williams' signature on the conveyance agreement. So if you wanted to pass that, then a motion and a second and talk about it, and I've got it prepared, ready to go.
Mr. Chair, can I ask just a couple questions? Mr. Williams, I don't have a copy of your job description, but I'm sure that there gotta be a one sentence in there, a paragraph pertaining to this issue. Have you looked at that just to see if it permits you to sign documents on behalf of the trustees authority? Off the top of your head?
I have not went back and reviewed
Okay.
it since
All right,
the
that's
issue
fine.
was raised. There is some language in the agreement that basically says to form the duties or to carry out the duties.
I'm sure, but Mr. Chairman, you know, if there's not any discussion on this, I would like to make a motion, but I'll wait to see if there's any other trustees that have any other discussion before I make the motion.
Chancey, do you have?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm hurt that you didn't put gift instead of conveyance. I happen to know what a conveyance is, but not everyone does. Okay? And secondly, do we still have the reverter clause in there? God,
You do.
okay. Now, that's my insurance. Okay? So, and as far as this whole thing goes about Dale signing anything, if we vote on something and we agree to it, then by virtue of his job title, he can sign it. That's the way things are handled everywhere where you have a voting group.
Board, do you have any?
Mr. Chairman, I wholeheartedly agree with Ms. Johnson on that, and I just assume that our chairman, Mr. Douglas, who's not here tonight, unfortunately, was unable to be around to sign this document. I would have been glad to have signed it, but regardless, I would like to make a motion that we approve the Lakeshore Hospital Authority Resolution 2026-001, which is a resolution of the Board of the Lakeshore Hospital Authority of Columbia County, ratifying the execution of the agreement for the conveyance of real property between Lakeshore Hospital Authority and Meridian Behavioral Healthcare, Inc., providing for conflicts and providing an effective date.
That was in the form of a motion.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry,
Okay.
if I didn't
I
say,
think,
I'd like to make
thank
a
you, I just
motion.
wanted to,
Yeah, I know I was
double
long-winded,
check.
but I would like to make that motion, Mr. Chairman, please.
okay. We've got a motion,
I'll second it.
second. Mr. Lilker, Ms. Lindley, do you have any comments?
CYA, good job, no choice.
Got a motion, a second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No.
You still passed it, but I still don't like it,
Okay.
okay?
Didn't pass.
No, it didn't pass.
Why?
Because there's only 3 votes. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I mean,
3 makes it 2 yes and 1 no.
You got a panel of 7, you have to have 4 votes.
Can somebody take Brandon's seat?
So,
Why?
I
It happens other places.
all right, well,
Okay, revote.
can we call for the vote?
take a
again?
roll call, Mr.
Yeah, roll
Chairman,
call.
please.
Okay, so we'll do a roll call vote for motion by Mr. Kinnon, second by,
Wait a minute.
this is on the resolution.
Can't somebody take your seat for this vote? It's done other places. It is not done that often.
Your better practice would be to take another vote, because all we're voting on is just the ratifying the signature.
Yeah.
That's all we're voting.
And he had the authorization to
Okay.
sign
That's
that.
all we're voting on.
So, got a motion by Mr. Kennedy, a second by Ms. Chancey. We'll do a roll call. vote. Ms. Chancey,
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yes,
Mr. Bullard.
Yes.
That motion passes. And go on record, it's not quite the fastest meeting, but we're very,
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, is that the only thing, that we have to do under unfinished business, Mr. Kennan?
That's all I have. is
Oh, okay.
Just an update on the agreement.
I would like to make a comment on that particular unfinished business that Mr. Kennan brought up.
okay.
Yeah, briefly, first of all, I'd like to thank, this board and Mr. Williams, I'd like to thank you for signing this document and getting it done. And Ms. Cone, on behalf of Meridian, I appreciate the hard work that you and Meridian have put into this project for the last 4 years. And, I know as long as I've been on this board, which is now, 4 years and 1 month, all I have heard is Meridian. And ever since then, I have spoke to people in this community and, I will reiterate what I did about 2 years ago. I've spoke to elected officials, state, county, city officials. I've spoke to Lake City and Columbia County business owners, Lake City and Columbia County business building owners, Lake City and Columbia County property owners, Lake City and Columbia County civic club leaders, members of the clergy, judicial officials, law enforcement agencies, and I have had overwhelming support from Meridian. And thank you again for your efforts and thank this board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other comments on that?
Nothing.
Got your staff report as part of the packet, and we'll go to board member comments. Ms. Chancey.
I lost what I thought, but I hope you do very well. Okay? It's just another bump in the road for me.
Mr. Kennedy.
None.
Mr. Kennedy, you have anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Bullard. Don, you have anything you'd like to say? Mr. Williams? All right, well, thank you, everybody, for coming. We've exhausted the agenda and we will be adjourned.
Got a copy of that resolution? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.